For the past year, Tokyo has been suffering harsh rainy weather, but there's still hope from a sunshine girl who can make the weather better again. This is a story of faith. To believe or not to believe is up to us. Hodaka Morishimi is a 16-year-old boy who has run away from his home in hopes to have a better life in Tokyo. He's traveling by a cruise to the Kanto region, away from his family and friends. Life in Tokyo, however, is not that simple, but still, Hodaka is looking forward to it. As the cruise closes into the shores of Tokyo, there's a storm warning on the ship. Hodaka, who loves rain, rushes out to embrace it. He runs to the deck of the ship, suddenly a large wave hits the cruise, and Hodaka almost falls overboard. But it is saved by a middle-aged man named Kisuke Suga. Thankful for what he has done, Hodaka asks if he can get him something. The man asks for an expensive beer. When they part, Suga gives him his name and his card if he ever needs help. Hodaka, however, doesn't want anything to do with the man. Life in Tokyo is as much as more than what Hodaka expected. He cannot get a single job since he's a runaway and he has no student ID. Hodaka is forced to go from one place to another searching for decent food and a place to live. It's almost always raining and Hodaka spends most of his day's expenses on hot baths. Life is frustrating and saddening. Having almost run out of money and with no luck with any job, a frustrated Hodaka cowers outside an apartment, when suddenly a man appears from inside, alongside two beautiful women. He trips the boy over just to show off. Hodaka stumbles upon a trash bin, spilling it all over the floor. As the humble boy tries to clean it up, he finds a bag lying around. Not knowing what else to do, he picks it up. He then heads to a restaurant and sits down. After much contemplation, he looks at what's inside. It's a gun. A toy gun, surely, Hodaka thinks, and puts it back. He brings out Suga's name card and takes a look at his office's location. It's his last hope and Hodaka isn't thrilled at all. He reminisces of the days when he was at his hometown, the day when he saw the moving light. Suddenly, a girl from the restaurant comes to him and gives him a burger. She smiles and leaves Hodaka perplexed. Hodaka enjoys the burger regardless. It's the best meal he's had in the 16 years of his life. Sometimes one single moment can make everything start to fall into place. And this is that moment for Hodaka. After this, Hodaka makes his way to Suga's office. He enters to see a beautiful woman lying asleep on the sofa. She gets up and introduces herself as Natsumi. Natsumi doesn't disclose her relationship with Suga, so Hodaka, having experienced a lot of weird stuff in Tokyo in the last few days, assumes she is Suga's mistress. Suga arrives a few moments later and both of them offer Hodaka a job. They're actually writers, who write columns on supernatural stuff in various magazines in Tokyo. Hodaka is hired instantly, and as a bonus, the job includes food and accommodation. Almost all of Hodaka's issues are cleared at once. His new life has now started. The job starts almost instantly, and Hodaka is asked to interview people who have experienced or witnessed some supernatural activities. Suga gives him a tip to start with: 100% Sunshine Girl. They interview a psychic, some old couples, and even children. Most of his time, Hodaka works on recording the interviews and transcribing them to the laptop, and the rest of the day he helps Suga and Natsumi with household chores. Life is hectic and fast, but Hodaka has started to enjoy it. The rain continues to fall in Tokyo almost every day, but now that Hodaka has a roof to stay under, none of it matters. One day, as Hodaka is strolling down the street, he notices the girl who had handed him the burger the other day being escorted by two men. One of these men is the same arrogant guy who tripped Hodaka for no reason at all some days ago. The girl looks scared and Hodaka feels there's something wrong going on. He quickly rushes to the scene and pulls her away. They start running. For some reason, the girl doesn't even question him until, well, they are surrounded. The guy brings Hodaka down and starts punching him. Not knowing what to do, Hodaka pulls out the gun from a few days earlier. The men laugh at the toy gun, but when Hodaka fires it, it turns out to be real. The bullet lands centimeters away from the man and strikes the lamppost. All of them are shocked. The girl takes this opportunity to free Hodaka from the man's grasp, and they both run away. They take shelter in an abandoned building. It's safe to say that she is pretty bummed about the fact that Hodaka pulled out a literal gun. Hodaka tells her that he thought it was a toy, which is why he kept it. He's scared and his hand trembles when he holds the gun again, so he throws it away. After some time, the girl warms up to him. She tells him that she was letting go of her last job and stumbled upon the man for another job. The girl realizes that Hodaka is a runaway. She finds him a little lost and scared, so she takes him to the top of the abandoned building. There's a small shrine built on top. She tells him that it's hard to enjoy Tokyo with such rainy weather. She then starts praying. The wind changes, rain starts to revert back to the sky. Suddenly, the sky clears and the clouds move apart to reveal a ray of sunshine upon them. The girl introduces herself as Hina. Hodaka instantly realizes that she is a sunshine girl. She asks how old Hodaka is, and he tells he's 16. Hina smiles and replies that she will be 18 next month, so he must treat her with respect. The rain returns once again, and people all over Tokyo start witnessing weird objects that look like fishes that arrive along with the rain. Natsumi and Hodaka watch various posts about this online. Natsumi remembers what a guy told them during their interview, that there is a world full of an ecosystem larger than the ocean up in the sky. Hodaka then heads to Hina's place where they had agreed to meet. When he reaches the door, he comes to his senses. It was the first time he had ever visited a girl's house. Before he can prepare himself, the door opens and Hina greets him cheerfully. She lives alone with her brother. They both enjoy the lunch Hodaka brought with him. After lunch, Hodaka shows Hina some of his ideas. He thinks that she can use her powers to earn money rather than do a job in the harsh nightlife of Tokyo. They create a website where people can order her services for a clear day. Just as they press the button to publish the website, Hina's younger brother Nagi, Hodaka instantly realizes that he's the same middle schooler who was juggling 5 girlfriends. Hina introduces Hodaka as her business partner, and just then they get a request to clear the weather of the flea market the next day. Hodaka prepares weird props which Hina refuses to use, but in the flea market, Hodaka brings them anyway. He also has Nagi dressed up as a rain puppet. The people in the market are skeptical at first after seeing the shenanigans of Hodaka and Nagi, but soon the sky clears. The owners are so happy that they pay them 20,000 yen, almost 4 times what they had asked for. Their business was a hit. They start helping more and more people after that and take a lot of requests clearing the skies out for anyone who needs it. One day they go to help an old woman who wishes for clear weather to pray for her departed husband. Hodaka also realizes that Hina lost her mother last year, and so she too does the ritual with the old woman. As she is occupied, Taki talks with Hodaka. She asks their age and Hodaka suddenly remembers that next week is Hina's birthday. Taki suggests that he get her a present. Hodaka has started to develop feelings for Hina and wants to get her something truly special. Life was good now, so he could afford something nice. However, times can change for the worse as fast as they change for the better. One day, Hina is hired to clear the weather for the Jingu Gaian Fireworks Festival. She does her job as usual, but a media outlet manages to take her picture, which is why they decide to lay low for some time. Elsewhere, Natsumi continues to work on the article on the summer girl and goes to visit a temple. They interrogate a man about the legends, and he tells them that years ago there was one sunshine girl for each village. These women took the prayers of the villagers and relayed it to the sky world. However, there's a heavy toll to pay by the end. The next day, Suga, his daughter, and Natsumi hang out together with Hodaka, Nagi, and Hina. As the boys play, Natsumi, who was told of Hina's ability by Hodaka, tells her about the prophecy the old man had told them. Hina simply looks at the video but doesn't reply. The rain keeps falling in Tokyo, and the man who had beaten up Hodaka is caught by the police. They aren't actually after him. The gun that Hodaka was using belonged to one of the cops who had dropped it. On top of that, Hodaka's parents had filed a missing persons complaint. The cops just want to know where he is. Elsewhere, Hodaka goes to get a gift for Hina's birthday, and settles for a ring. The owner of the shop is Mitsuha, who tells him that he has chosen a great gift. That evening, as Hina and Hodaka walk back home together, Hodaka thinks of a way to profess his love to her. Just as he gathers the courage to speak, water starts to surround Hina, and she starts floating to the sky. When she comes down, her hands are weird and blue like water drops. She's scared and confused. She then tells him that a year ago today was when she gained her powers. Her mother was sick, and so she prayed and prayed that she could have one good sunny day and walk alongside her mother. She accidentally stumbled upon the shrine on the abandoned building praying, and that's when she gained her powers as a sunshine girl. She got connected to the sky. Tokyo's rain is unrelenting. As Hodaka showers at Hina's place, the police show up and question Hina about the boy's whereabouts. They realize that Hina has been staying alone with her underage brother, which is unacceptable. After the cops leave, Hina tells Hodaka that the police will be back with social services for Nagi, which she cannot let happen. Just then, Suga also arrives outside, disguised in a completely random outfit. He hands some money to Hodaka and tells him that he cannot come back to the job. Suga was currently fighting for custody of his daughter and couldn't handle a law problem. He suggests Hodaka return back to his hometown. Saddened, Hodaka returns to Hina and suggests they run away together. The trio walk through the rainy streets of Tokyo with little luck of finding a place to sleep. They offer more money, but no one's willing to allow minors to stay without a guardian or an ID. The media reports that today is going to be the rainiest day of the year, and there is an increasing danger of floods and tsunamis. Soon the streets start flooding and the air gets chillier. The whole of Tokyo is affected by this. Suddenly it's snowing. The weather is all sorts of crazy. They are suddenly apprehended by policemen. They have been searching for Hodaka for possession of a firearm and running away from home. Hodaka runs away and tells Hina to take Nagi with him and flee in the opposite direction. Hina watches the policemen rough up Hodaka, and she can't bear it. She rushes to help him. In her anger, the sky grumbles, and lightning strikes a nearby truck, creating a huge blast. They take this opportunity to run to a super exclusive and expensive hotel, which costs 28,000 yen just for a night. Money is no issue for them, and they agree to stay there. The rooms are large and unlike anything they have seen before. All of them have a grand time taking showers, eating great food, and singing karaoke. At this moment, Hodaka wants nothing but this. He prays to God that even if there is something better for him, he doesn't want anything more than this. That night, Hodaka hands his gift to Hina, who is very happy to receive it, but she soon gives him the bad news. She tells him that Natsumi had told her sunshine girls are actually human sacrifices. Hodaka doesn't believe it at all, but Hina shows him her body. It's almost already turned to liquid. She tells him that once she is gone, the weather will return to normal because such is the fate of a sunshine girl. Hodaka is lost for words, but tells her that they will stay together no matter what. The next day when he wakes up, Hina is gone. The police have also caught up with them and they take Hodaka to the police station and Nagi to social services. On their way, Hodaka hears that Hina was actually only 15 and had faked her ID to get a job. He realizes that he was depending on someone younger than him instead of helping them. Upon reaching the police station, he runs away again. He's determined to bring back Hina from wherever she is. The policemen follow him, but he's aided by Natsumi, who gives him a ride on her scooter. She takes him close to the abandoned building, but is stopped because of the flooded streets. The sun is high and clear in the sky, and the weather is slowly becoming normal. Hodaka races through the train tracks to reach the abandoned building. He gets apprehended by Suga, who just wants him to stay out of trouble, and even the police. But he manages to get to the shrine on top of the building, wanting to save Hina. As soon as he reaches the shrine, he's dropped to the sky and sees her. Hina leaps towards him and they both start falling down. Hodaka tells her that she no longer needs to take other people's prayers. She will only pray for herself. Hina is hesitant as her return would make the weather worse, but Hodaka tells her that he doesn't care about the weather. She is more precious to him than any sunny day. 3 years have now passed and the weather in Tokyo never really recovered. The whole city was now flooded. After the incident, Hodaka had been sent back to his hometown and was on probation. He could have gone back to Tokyo, but he waited till the day of his graduation. After graduating high school, he headed back to Tokyo with hundreds of questions in his mind. Did he do good? Was it worth it? Was the fact that Tokyo is now drowning his fault? But just when he sees Hina, all of those questions vanish. He's sure that he chose this and that's what matters to him. He has faith. The pair embrace after meeting after such a long time, and Hodaka tells her we'll be alright. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching.